Welcome to Sunny Minds. My name is Kerstin Müller. I'm the responsible product manager for the SUV, Veloster and H1 family in the Hyundai product marketing team. Today I have the pleasure to introduce to you the new Hyundai Santa Fe, which is a brand new design. It's very dynamic, it's very bold, as you can see from the hexagonal grille, which replaced the old one. You have really the Hyundai logo in the middle, which is easily to recognize that this is a Hyundai car. You have the nice lines which make this car very bold, very dynamic. You have a nice shape of the front lamps. We have the fog lamps with the positioning lights as LED lamps with a honey grille around the fog lamps. All the lines are very dynamic, it's very stylish. Also, if you look to the housing of the mirrors, this is a very stylish housing with the turning lamps included into the housing of the mirror. If you look to the roof line, this car is lowered 45 millimeters to the older one, which makes it more a crossover in its overall fitting. Also, if you look to the bumper size here, and if you look to the wheel size and to the wheel arches, we start with a 17-inch wheel, have an 18-inch wheel available as well. This car is fitted with a 19-inch wheel, and of course we have the tire pressure monitoring system for this car. Having talked about the front and the side of the car, let's come to the rear, where you can see a nice shape of rear lamps, also with LED lights in here. You have a nice line for the reverse, and for the light you have a dynamic rear of the car. You have nice shape of windows, which is the privacy glass windows here. It's very dark, and as you see we also have a very stylish spoiler on the top. The roof line, as mentioned, is lowered, and the roof rails are following the silhouette of the car, and if you have a closer look from the interior, we will see a nice panorama sunroof here. If we go into the inside, you can see this is a very modern premium quality car, even if this car is a prototype, because currently we only have prototypes available, and this is what makes this car so exclusive at the moment, because start of sales for Europe will be September. I would like you to follow me to the interior of the car, where you see it's very easy to come in. It's also the interior. You see the driver is surrounded by a nice TFT instrument cluster. All the switches are easy to reach. We have an active ecosystem, which is not just for controlling the airflow. Also, this is something which you have as an influence to the fuel consumption, because this eco switch is also used to control the fuel consumption. We have a lane departure warning system, which controls you and gives you the safety on the road. We have a four-wheel drive here. This is a lock system for the four-wheel drive, and we have a nice system which is called inverter, and this brings us to the rear of the car for a moment. As you can see here, this is our inverter system, which is a very great tool to have on board, because this socket allows you to just plug in a regular socket, as you can see here. You also have a 12-volt socket down here, and you can combine those together, and you can run all the three sockets, where there's one in the front with a 12-volt and the inverter in one. Let's go back to the interior. We also have a new functionality here, which is the electronic parking brake, which is just a small switch over here. We have the hill hold system. We have a driver and a co-driver seat warmer for the leather seat interior. We have a front and rear parking system, and this system, it's called Park Assist, will allow you to park the car. So just controlled by the driver on the braking. Whenever you come to a parking spot, the system automatically shows you if the car will fit into the parking spot, and then you push the button and the car will automatically park in for you. We also have a nice TFT cluster here, which is a 7-inch navigation cluster or radio cluster. We have an automatic climate control here, which is controlled by the driver for himself as well as for the co-driver. You can set your individual temperature for everybody, and of course we have a nice soft touch feel here of the materials, which is pretty great shape, and as you can see, all those lines are coming back to the fluidic sculpture and to the storm edge of the car, which is the new design language of Hyundai. Having talked about all these parts, having talked about the exterior and the lines and the roof of the car, and I already mentioned that we have a nice and great panorama sunroof. Currently you don't see it because it's covered with a nice curtain, but if you open it, it easily slides backwards, and now here you have a great view of the car. It makes the interior very light, very bright. You have a tilt and a sliding function of the sunroof. You also can just close it with one click. Everything folds up, closes. But you also can drive with the sunroof down and just the open curtain of the cover for the sunroof, and then you always have this bright view of your interior. Having talked about the roof, I also would like to show you a small feature here which gives you an easy access to your sunglasses, so you will never ever miss your sunglasses in the car. This is always stored here next to the panorama roof. We also have, for those people who would like to listen to their own music, we have an USB and an aux-in connector here. Here you have an USB charger and you have an aux-in charger, and of course there is another 12-volt socket where you can charge your iPhone or whatever. Also in the rear you see we have seat pockets on the front seats, which is a nice thing where you can store some magazines for during the drive. Then you have the air vents where you can regulate your airflow in the back of the car. You also have a socket here for charging some electronic devices. As you see, I still have enough space here. It's pretty simple to move the front seat and the back seat as well. And this will also give you the entrance if you have a 7-seater. If you move that forward, and then you can also put your seat in the position whatever you like. Move it back for easy access. And easy access brings me to another new feature of the car, because as you can see here, for the sheet metal shape, this protects you from dirt if you enter the car, because maybe if it's raining or you have if you are in the desert and you have some dust, you will not get touched with your clothes. As you can see, I can easily step out here of the car, and this sheet metal is designed that you can easily go in without any scratches, anything on your clothes, so it's pretty simple. Also, we have not just a privacy glass, we also have this kind of privacy curtain in the car, which you easily can lift up if needed, or you just leave it in, so there's no need to fold up something and put it in the trunk. It's always there if you would like to have it. As you can see, with the leather interior, you also have a rear seat heat warmer, which is located here, and also the power windows. Having talked about the interior and the exterior of the car, there's one more important thing to know, which is our powertrain for this car. We have 3 different types of engines. We have a 2.4 liter gasoline engine, we have a 2.0 liter diesel engine with 159 grams of CO2, which is Euro 6 compliant already. And we have a great 2.2 diesel engine, which is class leading in CO2 values for 147 grams with 197 horsepower output. Thank you very much.